I came to Morocco with the hope of making a difference, sharing the joy of painting and inspiring others to see the world through a new artistic lens. But what I never anticipated was how deeply this journey would transform me. This past October, I had the privilege of leading a watercolor retreat organized by Uptrek and hosted by the warm and welcoming Helen and Hassan at the beautiful Atlas Kasbah in Agadir, Morocco. I was joined by 8 wonderful guests from across the United States, all eager to embark on this creative journey with me. Leading up to the trip, I felt the weight of preparation pressing down, creating content for my watercolor business, batching videos to keep my channel active while I was away, and carefully crafting a curriculum that would inspire and hopefully empower my guests to paint confidently on location. The responsibility was immense. These guests had chosen to travel halfway across the world to learn from me, and I was determined to make the experience enriching and unforgettable. Traveling alone, especially internationally, always brings some anxiety. There are countless variables from flight delays and language barriers to unexpected illnesses or mishaps. My primary goal was to leave Morocco knowing that I had made a positive impact on my guests. What I didn't anticipate was just how profoundly this experience would impact me. Morocco isn't the easiest place to reach, but thankfully my journey went smoothly. So as I was going through customs, the customs officer asked me what my occupation was. And when I said artist, he gave me this look like to laugh about it afterwards. I thought, okay, maybe next time I'll just say I was a teacher. My riad, a traditional Moroccan hotel, had arranged for a private transfer from the airport. The bustling streets of downtown Marrakesh were a whirlwind of activity. Scooters and motorcycles zipped around, donkeys pulled carts. I even saw a family of 4 balancing on one tiny scooter. The traffic moved fast and unpredictably, yet there was this unspoken rhythm that kept it all flowing. Surprisingly, despite the chaos, I never once felt unsafe. As I settled into the reality that for the duration of this journey, I'd be placing my trust in strangers, it felt both daunting and freeing. My riad in the old city of Marrakesh was charming, and the staff greeted me warmly. I savored my first taste of Moroccan mint tea, and atop the flower-adorned rooftop made my first painting in Morocco. The next day, another driver picked me up for the 3-hour journey to Atlas Kasbah, the eco lodge where I'd be staying for 8 days. Uptrek had masterfully organized the logistics of the retreat, so I felt assured that support was just a phone call away. Arriving at Atlas Kasbah felt like stepping into paradise. The lodge, a hilltop castle nestled in the Atlas Mountains, was surrounded by terraced gardens brimming with palms, orange and pomegranate trees, roses, spices, argan and olive trees, potted cacti, colorful handmade woven carpets, and bright flowers decorated every single corner. The staff welcomed me with a delicious lunch and naturally more mint tea. I sat on the patio overlooking the breathtaking landscape, and I just couldn't resist pulling out my watercolor journal to paint. I knew that inspiration for my guests would be endless. Meeting my 8 guests was such a delight. They arrived full of excitement, and their wonder mirrored my own. We bonded over an incredible dinner, sharing stories and laughter that made me feel at ease. It dawned on me that facilitating such a unique, once-in-a-lifetime experience is truly an honor. I wanted to savor every minute of it. Our week was filled with immersive studio days, set at a large outdoor table under the arched roof by the saltwater pool, an ideal space for our painting from life theme. The weather was perfect, and we explored fundamental watercolor techniques, practiced blending and mixing, and did quick exercises like 5-minute and 10-minute scene sketches. I led a full landscape demonstration, focusing on composition, and we painted still life scenes using fresh fruits from the Kasbah's gardens. Watching my guests fill their watercolor journals with vivid memories and moments from the week was pure joy. Each painting was a testament to their growth and the inspiration that surrounded us. In addition to our enthusiastic painting sessions, we had the chance to experience some truly eye-opening aspects of Moroccan culture. Each of these cultural encounters enriched our week, just adding depth and meaning to our time spent painting and exploring this beautiful country. One of the highlights was a traditional Moroccan tea ceremony led by Hassan, the owner of Atlas Kasbah. In the beautifully adorned salon, he demonstrated the preparation and serving of mint tea, while explaining its significance as a gesture of hospitality in Moroccan culture. This ritual of hospitality became a recurring theme during my time in Morocco, embodying a warmth and openness that made everyone feel connected and cared for. A particularly memorable moment was when a group of women from a local collective visited to show us how argan oil is produced. Using enormous round stones, they grind the argan nuts into a butter-like paste and crack the nuts by hand to extract the kernels. The sheer physical effort involved in this back-breaking work, repeated day after day, left me in awe of these women's dedication and resilience as they work to support their families. Throughout the week, we ventured out on excursions led by a knowledgeable guide and attentive chaperones. One standout trip was to the Souk El Had, Africa's largest urban market. It was an exhilarating introduction to Moroccan shopping with endless rows of shops selling every imaginable item.
It doesn't even burn it.
Oh no, burn little.
Oh, wow.
That's why this got sheep and cup, the sweet potato.
Even as someone who doesn't typically enjoy shopping, I could have wandered the market all day. The array of foods and products, many of which were new to me, was stunning. The artistic displays, friendly vendors, and lively atmosphere just added to the experience. I was particularly impressed to discover that most people I met spoke English, a testament to the fact that most Moroccans are educated in 4 languages: Berber, Arabic, French, and English. We took a gondola ride up to Kasbah Oufla, an ancient fortress that offered sweeping views of the landscape below. From this vantage point, we could see a vast, empty expanse of land, marked only by scattered trees and roadways. Our guide explained that this had once been the old city of Agadir, which was devastated by a catastrophic earthquake in 1960 that claimed 30% of the population. The city was never rebuilt on this land. It stands as a solemn memorial, a resting place honoring those who perished. I couldn't help but reflect on how different this would be if it had happened in America. In the US, land like this would likely be viewed as prime real estate and quickly developed. The fact that it has been preserved out of respect left me with a deep sense of admiration. It was a powerful reminder of how deeply the people here value their history and the memory of those who came before them. We spent an entire day soaking in the beauty of the renowned Tagazout beach. It was the perfect setting for a seascape watercolor demonstration, and I loved the challenge of capturing the ocean's shifting colors and fluid movement. Painting water in motion is always an exhilarating task, and my guests joined me in sketching and painting from life, snapping countless photos and savoring cold drinks under the shade of cafe umbrellas. Our day at Tagazout was packed with experiences. I managed to complete 4 paintings and took a multitude of reference photos. I got to ride a camel along the beach with one of my wonderful retreat guests. The ride was a lot bumpier than I anticipated, and I can't help but marvel how anyone could manage to travel for days on end on such a bumpy mount. Another standout experience of the week was our day trip to the imperial city of Taradant. On the way, we made a stop to see the famous tree-climbing goats. This is a sight straight out of a storybook. The friendly goat herd, with his sun-weathered, cheerful face, waved us over with a smile and invited us to get up close to the goats. To my delight, he handed me an adorable baby goat, instantly melting my heart. Watching these agile creatures perched in the argan trees, feasting on the leaves, was unlike anything I've ever seen. Taradant itself was captivating. The city's ancient walls, which date back to the Roman era, stand impressively well preserved, a testament to its storied past. My imagination ran wild as I pictured scenes from centuries ago, warriors on horseback patrolling the ramparts, bows and arrows at the ready, defending their city. It just felt like stepping into a hidden chapter of history, full of mystery and echoes of long-gone eras. After each excursion, we returned home to the Kasbah, where we were treated to incredible meals, always accompanied by freshly baked bread, mint tea, and wine at dinner. We quickly learned, after accidentally offending the staff by standing up too soon, that each meal was a 3-course experience: an appetizer, a main dish, and dessert. We were encouraged to take our time, eat slowly, savor every bite, and wait until dessert was served. This gentle reminder to slow down and fully enjoy the moment was invaluable for me, as I'm often in the habit of rushing through meals and overlooking the importance of true rest and refreshment. I was consistently moved by the warmth and tireless dedication of the Kasbah staff. Their commitment to making our stay extraordinary was evident in every interaction, and they truly went above and beyond. One afternoon during some free time, I discovered a quiet spot in the fruit tree garden to paint. It was there that I had a heartwarming encounter with one of the gardeners, a moment that perfectly encapsulates the simple, genuine connections that made my time in Morocco so special.
I just had the sweetest experience while I was painting out in the gardens. I sat down on some rocks, and of course rocks are hard to sit on, but you just make do when you see the thing you want to paint, right? I saw these oranges or tangerines that I wanted to paint that were on this tiny little tree. And the gardener came by and he saw me sitting on a rock and he put a mat down so I could sit on it instead of the rock. And then a few minutes later, as I was finishing my painting, he brought me some flowers. The sweetest thing.
In Morocco, people genuinely care for one another, transcending religion or social status. Mosques and synagogues are built side by side, embodying a beautiful harmony. This is what true community, respect, and hospitality should look like. This journey completely shifted my perspective. I had always naively assumed that my life and where I live represented the pinnacle of happiness, that America was the ultimate place to build a fulfilling life. How narrow-minded that view was. Witnessing the people of Morocco with their radiant smiles and vibrant spirits, living fully and joyfully in a place so different from my own home, made me realize that happiness isn't tied to a specific location. It's rooted in the people around you and how you treat each other in those moments of shared connection. It's about taking the time to enjoy life, to eat slowly, to work hard for your family, and to extend kindness and generosity to those in need. On the final day of our retreat, I had the pleasure of painting Hassan from life. He sat patiently for an hour as I demonstrated how to capture facial proportions and blend just 3 colors to create realistic skin tones. His only request for modeling was to take photos of our finished paintings. Instead, I gave him the portrait, which I think delighted him. It felt like a small gesture in comparison to everything this week had given me. Priceless experiences, newfound knowledge, sweet friendships, and endless artistic inspiration. During our final dinner at Atlas Kasbah, my amazing retreat attendees shared all of their beautiful paintings, each one a unique snapshot of their personal experiences and the scenes that captured their imaginations. Our evening was filled with joy as we danced to the vibrant music of a traditional Berber folk band. My cheeks were aching from smiling so much. Throughout my time in North Africa, I ended up completing 20 small paintings and left with inspiration that I know will fuel many more. Without a doubt, Morocco has been the most remarkable place I have ever visited. I came with hopes of making a difference, but in the end, it was Morocco that changed me.